Hey everybody. Whew, I didn't think I was gonna make it. My little puppy, she's giving me a hard time. Hey Landon. Look, Landon, drinking out of your coffee cup. Hey Flies, Allie, Heidi, Rosie, Nico. Dutchie was in here. It's a bunch of folks in here. Hey, let me turn this light off behind me. Hold on 1 second. I have a candle lit right now that actually I got from Nico a while back. It's a solid white candle and it's it smells so nice. I'm drinking coffee, honey. Yeah, drinking some coffee, some French vanilla. So how have you guys been? I hope you had a wonderful New Year celebration. Oh, you are too, Allie. And I brought me some snacks, some Hershey Kiss. Not that I need them. Um, I had a good New Year. I spent it on a live. I had a 7-hour live and I had a lot of fun with a lot of different creators. My birthday present will be here Friday. I'm excited. Thank you, Landon. Um, this might be a little bit longer than normal because I really it was fun, wasn't it? I was wondering when we get into this, I was hoping that I could really I can really use your input on it because this is something that I struggle with. And so I was wondering how you guys felt about it. So please don't hesitate. If you have something you want to say, please do. You know, you're safe here. You're welcome to say anything as long as it's appropriate and on topic. Um so just know that. Just know that I care about how you feel about certain things because you could be helping someone else. So today, I want to talk about embracing the here and now. With a new year comes new opportunities and new challenges. We try not to take bad habits and unnecessary baggage with us to a new year. New year, new me, about that. Let's talk about that. Sometimes we are still healing from things that we don't normally talk about. And the fact that we're trying shows that we are strong. Hey, Brandy, I'm so glad you're here. I'm a very energetic buggy in a house full of giggling teenagers. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, sweet friend. Enjoy it. Hey, Heidi, Rosie. So, us showing that we are trying to deal with the things that we don't always talk about shows that we are strong. And with strength comes power. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't think we could ever be too strong, because life is hard. Breakdowns will teach us how to appreciate the breakthroughs. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope this helps someone because doing this live will probably help me. Talking about things always helps, right? Especially whenever it's okay to talk about things. and you feel safe. So let's go back in time. Let's think back. I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm going to take us back to maybe when we were in our 20s, especially if you're in your 40s or 50s. Let's just go back to whenever we were in our 20s, just for a second. Okay. Do you remember back in the day when you thought you were fat in your 20s? Hey, Roxy. Y'all remember those days? You look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, I'm so fat. And you were, no, just no. I wish I could be as fat as I used to think I was in my 20s. Thank you, Roxy. Remember back in the day when you thought you had problems? Remember those problems back in your 20s? Don't you wish you had those problems that weren't really so problematic in comparison to what we've been through up until now? Remember when you thought you had trouble getting out of bed and now you sound like a whole bowl of Rice Krispies? Snap, crackle, pop, all the things. Brandy Neal, I was boxing. I was a boxer in my 20s and I was a lean, mean 150. And I wish that certain injuries hadn't have happened or I'd still be doing it. It was a really good therapy for me. Hey Tanga, I'm wearing boots right now. I thought about you when I put them on. Miss Tanga loves her boots, y'all, and I love her for it. See, the point I'm trying to make is that we should have embraced who we were back then. Because looking back, those were the good days, right? You remember the good days when we were in our 20s when we thought we were fat with problems? I know, Brandy. Same, sis. Same. Well, now things are slightly different. And maybe they're not so good as compared to then. It's okay. Sometimes I have to say that out loud to myself because I need to hear it. It's okay. It's okay to be where we are at this very moment. If you think about it, we are as young as we are ever going to be this very moment in time. At this very moment, we are the youngest we are ever going to be from here on out. Think about that. Just think about that. Don't you wish you could go back to a year ago? Even though a year ago you were saying the same thing? Living in the past, actually, you guys, it gets us nowhere. Sometimes it actually keeps us stuck in a mental space that's not healthy. It brings us down and it makes us beat ourselves up for who we are now. Now that's not okay. Say that out loud if you have to whenever certain things cross your mind. This is not okay. This is not okay because you're not doing yourself any favors. We dwell a lot of times in this stage in our life on the negative things about more, you know. It's we a lot myself. I beat myself up for a lot of things instead of reaching down and dwelling on the positive things. Hey, horsewoman, thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you a private thing that I do. I'm just maybe someone else here does the same or maybe this will help someone Texas Brat Brat, thank you for being here. You sing away, girl. Nico loves to sing too. I make a mental list. Sometimes I write it down, a journal of all of the things about myself or about you. We can make this about us that I'm proud of. Every time that you start dwelling on the negative, you can easily cancel it out with a positive. It really truly does work. We need to celebrate the good things we have accomplished against all odds. You did that. We did that. It's just simple things cross our minds, and it can really bring us down, and it can change our whole day. Does it not? Well, I'm asking, does it for you? I appreciate you showering Brandy Neal with all the love and support. Brandy, you're an inspiration to so many, and you should never feel lonely because you have so many that love you that you've never even met. I'm one of those people. The more we focus on those positive things, hey, Chewy, we're secretly defeating that internal enemy that we have that keeps letting those negative thoughts cross our mind. It's true. You're training yourself to stop beating yourself up. We seem to be at war a lot of times with ourselves. I love you, Brandy. I would like to cease fire this year and embrace the good in myself. And I encourage every single one of you to cease fire. Just stop. Just stop. It's a never ending battle, a vicious cycle that will never stop. If we don't tweak that recipe, if we don't make small changes that actually become big changes in the long run. A lot of times, while on our journey of life, I speak a lot about journeys. We have life changes, could be relationships, financial burdens, or even loss. We get off track. Relationships for me have been the potholes in my journey. Hey, Aunt Sherry, it's me. You ever hit a pothole? You get out of balance. Sometimes you have a whole blowout. That's what I have. I've had those. In relationships, things change. People grow apart. Maybe it was a long-term relationship just to find out that it wasn't truly meant to be for whatever reason. Things happen. You feel like you wasted a lot of time, right? You mean, man, I could have been spending that with somebody who was really for me. Do you know what I'm saying? Relationships do happen for a reason. You are constantly learning, and in turn, you grow from it. I hope this is getting through to someone. I hope this is helping someone right now. If it is, let me know. Poor financial decisions are the same. You wasted money or you spent a lot of money and you don't have anything to show for it, but you did learn from it. You did. Maybe you know what not to do in the future, or maybe you'll invest differently. It's that is Heidi. I know. I get it. But dwelling on the past isn't helpful. There's truly nothing to gain. We have to just learn to let that shit go. It's holding us down. And once you let it go, it's like a ton of bricks. I apologize, but that's how I feel about my past relationships. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But once we let that go, sometimes there's color again in your life to where it was all dark blues, grays. You're just going through the motions, you're complacent, um, you're spinning your wheels. You're not getting anywhere. You've changed as a person. Quite frankly, you don't even know who you are anymore. But whenever you separate yourself from that, you breathe lighter. You look in the mirror and you see an old friend you haven't seen in a long time, and doesn't it feel good to see that girl again or that guy again in that mirror? Guys have these issues too. Men have a lot of the same struggles we have. They just hide it better than we do. We're emotional creatures, and that's okay. That's not a weakness. That's compassion, and that's a beautiful thing. I really can't answer that, Texas. Only you know the answer. Sometimes I do a list of pros and cons, and sometimes it's there black and white. But Texas, baby girl, even with a list full of cons and a handful of pros, until you're truly ready, you're truly fed up, sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you got your belly full, baby, it's at that moment you know you can walk away. I encourage you to really do some soul searching, really look at your future and see where you want it to be. Because sometimes we have to tweak that recipe to make it just a little sweeter. I hope that helps. Dealing with loss is another life change. It teaches us so many things, how not to take things for granted. And it reminds us of how fragile life truly is. Our time is very valuable, and we should spend it doing things that add value to our lives. That is including people that we put our energy and time into. New Orleans. It took me 2 years to get all my ducks in a row before I could leave. A lot of times, leaving could be scary for safety reasons, financial reasons. Um, there's several different aspects that come into play whenever you're about to make a life change. But if you get your ducks in a row like New Orleans, you'll make a way when the time is right. Gotta do it in your own time or you'll keep running back. Only you will know when you're done. Jack, that is true. For you to truly love yourself, you cannot hate the experiences that shaped you. I want you to think about what I just said because you're like, I hate that dude. I hate that woman. I can't believe this happened. No, I want you to truly think about what you gained for yourself here because of that. The things that you know now. Life experiences are the best lessons, sometimes the hardest. For you to truly love yourself, you cannot hate the experiences that shaped you. Let's be proud of the journey that's brought us to where we are today. Let's be excited for the things yet to come this new year. Don't try to compare apples to oranges anymore. Let's embrace the here and the now. I want you to pay it forward to yourself in full. You owe yourself a little bit of forgiveness, maybe a lot. You owe yourself some compassion and patience. But most importantly, I say this all the time, but you have no idea how important it is. You owe it to yourself to be your best friend. And your best friend could be life changing. That is a self love that no one can tear down. Once you love yourself, you won't allow people to treat you the same. You'll demand respect, or your very presence will demand it. You don't have to say a word. You might not know it, but other people will. Uh, that's all I have. I'm going to turn to you now and talking about this. I want to know how you feel, or if there was anything that I said that you can take away from this. I truly care about you guys. I truly care about your journey. Truly care about the way that you look at yourself, or even if you do at all. Some people refuse to look in a mirror because they don't like the person looking back at them. That's not self love. I want you to look in the mirror and be proud of that woman or man, knowing where you've been, good or bad, to where you are now. You're a warrior. You've been to war and back. But don't be at war with yourself. Look in the mirror and be proud of that woman or man. Say something nice to yourself. That sounds so crazy, but it's true. Jack says, don't be hard on yourself because you love deep. Just don't waste that or too many years waiting for someone to change. You can't take people to raise, not a grown adult, you know? How many adults do you know you literally think, "How did they make it this far in life?" And then you look at their partner and you figure it out real quick. I don't wanna be that partner. Either one. I don't wanna be the one that somebody took in to raise, and I definitely don't wanna be the one to raise someone else. Just saying. I ain't trying to be mean or harsh, I'm just this is reality. This is usually the downfall in relationships. The only person you're literally responsible for other than your children is yourself, and if you're looking out for yourself and you're loving yourself the way you're supposed to, certain things won't be the way that they are or have been. Yes. Aunt Sherry says you cannot change anyone except yourself, and that's 100. Amen, Aunt Sherry. I just love coffee. I can drink it all day long. I probably have an issue. Allie agrees. I've only been on here 30 minutes. I thought it would be longer than this. Is there anything you guys have to add? Rosie drinks coffee all day. You too. Be your own best friend. It has truly changed me. I'm the first one that if something happens to one of my friends, I'm the first one that wants to know what can I do to help. I'm the first one. As soon as I find out, I make it a mission. What can I do to help? I have learned many lessons over the years, but I've grown and become more aware of the person I am. Amen, sis. Certain things that happen in life, and you'll have to see things in a different light, including yourself. Roxy, I got me a new member. Yay. Thank you, Roxy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, sweetie. We'll have to do a members only live as soon as I can figure out how to do it. I've got to get with Dutchy. I thought Dutchy was in here, but I guess not. That is true, isn't it? You can't beg people to be your friend either or buy them. Just keep on going. Lots of beautiful people out there. That is very true. Yes. Tanga, got me a new member. Thank you, Tanga. I love your little picture. Oh, thank you, Tanga. Enjoy that, Brandy. Enjoy that. I appreciate you guys being members. It means the world to me. Thank you for your support. I still can't believe I'm here. I wanted to give up on my channel so many times. But as soon as I thought about that, something would happen. And it was you. It was the sweet comments you'd leave after one of my lives. It was an email that was sent to me telling me, "Oh, I saved their life and led them to the Lord." I'll never forget that email, ever. And so I didn't quit because I was making a difference. Even if it was for that one person, I made a difference. Mm. Life is like a book, pages and chapters. They fly by, good, bad, indifferent. Your life is in it. I like to I like to read bad chapters because it helps me appreciate the good ones even more. I don't want you to ever stop writing, Jack. I'm gonna try not to, Allie. I'm gonna try not to. Um, so I owe that to you guys. Hey, Dreamcatcher, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. First time here? Because I feel like giving up on my channel would be giving up on you. Giving up on me. Giving up on what I think is important. And that is to make people more aware of how important your mental health is and how it affects everything in your life, physically, emotionally, your relationships, your the way you are at work, with family members. I mean, even driving, it it affects everything. And being aware of that is important.